Hi, I'm Stephen Cronin. Today I'll show you how you can improve your watercolours, but first let's look at the palette so you can paint along with me. All the links are in the video description, all the materials, but here we've got ultramarine, lemon yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber and light red. Look, simple water jar there. I use the large Ron Ransom Hake brush for 99% of everything I do, and I've got 15 by 11, £130 watercolour paper. So I'm starting off with the big Ron Ransom Hake brush. This is just clear water, just to lubricate the paper, stop it from crinkling and soften all the edges in the background. So I'm taking a bit of raw sienna, a bit of alizarin crimson, and I'm just bashing it in and just seeing what happens really. And I'll just go with it, go with whatever seems to be working. So what I do want, I want little pockets of white, which will turn into our light source later on in the painting. So let's take a bit of ultramarine, very high horizon line, so just a little bit of blue in the sky, not a huge amount. And then let's clean that brush because I want this green a bit more clean. So let's just brush that in. All on this side. There's going to be some high hills up there. There's some water down there. There's a bit of reddy browny stuff on the floor. I'm not quite sure what it is, to be honest. It's down there. Let's clean the brush because I want to go back to nice clean green again. And in there, a bit more blue. Right, so what I'm going to do now is put in our hill. We've got really quite high up there. So the horizon line, it's somewhere about there, but we've got this hill pushing up. And then what I'll do, once I've got the hill in place, let's clean the brush. Just go straight in some raw sienna, a bit of lemon yellow. And once this hill is in place, I'm going to put a little cottage in there. Let's just darken that because I want the cottage to stand out. Down there. Some dollops, got some dollops of lemon yellow on there, so I'm just going to play around with those. More yellow in there. More yellow. A bit more red, down there, there's some up there. Right, so that's the sort of nice little background to play with. The paper's stretched a little bit. It'll stretch a bit more before it's finished, but I'll just do it bit by bit. Just fix it back to the board. Soak up the reservoir. You'll often get little pools of water, especially when you've got the paper angled as I have. Now up here somewhere, let's I'm going to stick it there. Pull down. Just a very simple, basic. Actually, let's add more than one. I'm going to stick another one there. Stick another one up there. 3 little cottages. I'll come back to them in a bit. What I will do is go light or dark. start down there. Just give them something in the grounding. Right. Now what I could have done, what I actually forgot, we've got a few down there. I've got a few little more. No, actually, yeah. I was going to put some more distant houses in, but I'm just going to stick with those for now, I think. And what I might do is have some little rocks or something up there. Just a little. Something going on there. Let's clean the brush again. I want to go into. So I want a light colour. Let's bring that down there. Let's go really light. I want to go a bit of light red. That's coming across there. That's going straight across. And clean the brush. Using plenty of detail on this one just to keep getting back to some nice light. Then the yellow, raw sienna. Now there's water. What I have forgotten to do is these reflections. I just wonder if I'd get away with it. No, that's not the same, is it? Can I get away with that? This is meant to be the reflection of that hill in the distance. A bit of red in there. Might get away with that. Not sure. Let's pop a few trees in. I'm just going lemon yellow, a bit of ultramarine, Payne's grey. Just pop these trees just up here, something like that. Some dark areas. Clean the brush. Still need to do just to define. I need to define this a bit better, I think. So paper's just stretched a little bit, so I'm just refixing it again. Now I'm just going to switch to a little flat brush, just a little flat brush like that. Let's just plonk these roofs on. I'm just giving a bit of Payne's grey, a bit of ultramarine. I'm just going to I want to get a little bit drier than this, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to make that one blue as well, I think. Sort of dark blue with a bit of Payne's grey in there. Bit of red, bit of blue, bit of red. This one's going to be red. And then I just want a dark mix. Just stuck a bit of brown in there as well, a bit of Payne's grey. And then these will be the little doors and windows. Something there. Tiny little windows. And again, finally, that can be the door. Little windows there. Whoops. to what do I need? I just need to define this bank here, I think, a bit better. It looks a bit naff. I'm just going a bit of brown, bit of blue, bit of green. Get a few little rocks in there. It's a little bit wetter than I wanted, but be careful I don't get completely over the top with the scraping. Yeah, because there's a few rocks here on the right. Look. Bit of red, bit of brown, which is a nice little colour. Clean the brush and let's get back to a nice green colour, just lemon yellow, just mixing that in there like that, just painting over the big mark I made with my wrist, and then I'm just switching a bit of brown, bit of blue. This is some little rocks on the right hand side of the water. Come right down to the shoreline. All over there. Just in there, something like that. So I'm just using a piece of card, just a corner of a plastic card, that's all this is. And then just trying to create the effect of the light coming down and just catching the top of these rocks. So something like that, and then these are big ones down there, some big rocks. And there's one or two just in that little bit there. And then if you've gone too mad with your rocks, you always just paint over a few. Now what I want to do, just want to sort of soften these edges of these banks. So what I'm going to do, just create a nice edge on the brush. It's just clean, damp, not much water in there. And I'm just going to just catch the paint on the side of the banks and just bring it over. Just to soften the edge and just look like there's like ripples or something, or reflections of something in the distance on the water. But I'm keeping it parallel to the bottom of the page. Sit those up to the top. And what I'll do, once I've done this left hand side, I'll do the same on the right. And just see how it looks really. I'm just going to bring those all the way down to the bottom. And then just make sure that I've got a straight edge. I'm going to do the same on the other side. And it just looks like little reflections and just little ripples just here and there. Just generally, it just makes the water look just a little bit more realistic. Just bring that out a little bit. Well, I'll just pause it for a second, just have a look at it from the back of the room, and I think I'm just going to leave it at that, really. So I'm just going to take a little rigger brush. I'm just looking for a dry spot. I'm just going to sign it down here. I'm going to call that one finished. So let's see what it looks like with the mounts on it. So this is the painting with the mount on. So if we go and have a closer look at it, very little sky, got a very high horizon line. So we got ultramarine, and this sort of peachy colour was raw sienna and alizarin crimson. And then I've just tried to reflect some of that down into the water, sort of lighter area and then darker. Not really reflecting that, but sort of imagine if the sky carried on up here, it'd be sort of this colour further up. Then we've got our rolling hills in the distance, and then a few little trees there, and then I put these in deliberately dark so that I could then scrape out these little cottages into them so that the white of the paper would stand out against the dark background. What I did forget, so I was going to think about doing like a little path sort of down to the water, but I forgot all about that. But I did put in a few more rocks, again put in where the paint is darker so it's the stand out more. And then these rocks come right down into the foreground, just scraped out just a corner of a piece of plastic card. Got a few more here on the left hand side bank, and then you can see just where I've just dabbed at the bank and the water with just a damp chisel head brush, just to try and create some sort of ripples and reflections on the water's surface. So that's it for today's painting. I hope you like that. Don't forget to subscribe, leave your comments below. Keep practicing. Any questions please ask, and I'll see you again soon.